Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another video working on the Strawberry Love journal that I'm making for my granddaughter who is turning 12. And today we're going to be making some hidden paper clips. Now this is not new in any way, but I thought, you know what, there are people that maybe have not seen them. I'm working on the journal. I may as well just turn the camera on and show you what I'm doing, because I am trying some new ways to do them, in terms of, like, instead of making them all really small, I'm making them like almost the height of the page. So, oh, pardon my hands, this is from school. Had to have a little kiddo that went a little wild with the marker. Anyway, so this is my prototype. So let me grab a piece of paper. I don't want to show you the signatures yet, so let me just grab this piece of paper out of my scrap drawer. So this is what it looks like. So there is a hidden paper clip. There are hidden paper clips, 2 of them in this one. So basically just slides on the page like that, and it's nice and tight. So then you can put things in here. Let me just show that as an example as well, if I've got something that I can use here really quick. Oh, I've got this little piece of something. So you can just slide your bit in there. So it's really tight, really nice. Love it, love it, love it. So I just started making these a little bit taller. So this will obviously go on a right page in a journal. So and then the only thing I didn't like was that I didn't ink, or I didn't have any backing on this, but I feel like there's white in the journal, so I'm okay with that. And I did use, I think this is about 32-pound paper, so not super thick, but thicker than your standard copy paper. So that is our prototype. So I'm going to set that over there. So we're going to make a tiny, tiny masked paper clip. We are also going to make a small over the page paper clip over the top of the page, and then we're going to make one that is like this. Well, it's a little bit bigger than that actually. And let me grab my ruler so I can give you dimensions in case you're interested. I know sometimes that is important to people. So my prototype is 7.5 inches high, and each side is just slightly under 2 inches wide. I did not measure, I just did it the way that I thought it looked good. This one is going to be, in total, it is going to be 8.25, which is the height of of most of the digitals, and I believe that's the size of my pages in the journal signature. So I've got some sari silk, some butterflies I cut out, and we're going to do this one last. Well, maybe we'll do this one first, because this is a little bit more. There's just a little bit more to it, so we'll do this one first. So let me just set these bits aside because we don't need them yet. So I've got some, again, I said sari silk, but I meant seam binding. And we've got a couple butterflies and a little bit of tulle that's in red. So the first thing I want to do before I start is I want to round the corners on both pieces. So to make this, you can decide how much bigger you want, because you have a base piece. Sorry, I need to back up. You have a base piece that is bigger than your top piece, and that's just going to create this effect here. So this was our bigger piece, and this was our smaller piece. So that's what I'm kind of emulating here. So it's a little bit taller than it is wide, and I'm okay with that. I just really wanted to have some of that striping show. So basically what we do is we take both of these pieces and we'll fold them in half exactly, and then we wrap them around each other. I liked this image because I think it's going to be beautiful no matter which side you're looking at. So that's why I picked it. But I do want to round the corners. I like that look. So let me do that really quick. And this one, the prototype, I did 2 small paper clips, and this time I think I'm going to do 2 maybe 3 large paper clips in the middle. Probably only 2. I don't think it really needs more than that, but we will see how it goes, because this one's a little bit taller. I mean, it doesn't really need it for stability, but I don't like how this, well, I guess that would be happening somewhat anyway. Well, no, if there's another paper clip there, it would be laying flatter, but Not that that's a really big deal at all, but it's kind of bugging me. So we're going to go ahead and do the edges here too. I'm going to go ahead and ink these up as well, and then I will come back to you. So of course you would not need to make any of yours as big as this, but I feel like it's really no different than a tuck. So you would maybe have a corner tuck, or you'd have a side tuck. It's no different than that. It's just that it's paper clipped, it's adhered and held onto the page by a paper clip. So that's really the only difference. So I guess you could call it a paper clip pocket, I don't know. But we're going to fold this one in half. And this can be hard because this paper is a little bit thicker. I think this is actually my 65-pound paper. Or it might be the 32-pound. It might be the lighter weight, I'm not sure. But I like this image because I think it's going to work well to have part of it over here and then the other part over there. I don't think I pulled a little bit of decorating for both sides. I always forget about that. I did pull a little bit, but I can finish off anything I don't get to on or off camera and show you the photos at the end. So I'm just going to use my bone folder and make sure that crease is nice and flat, which might have been my problem with part of my problem with the other one too. I did ink, as I mentioned before, I could see that white, so I did ink a little bit around that just to kind of take that really bright stark white away. So I'm just lining up my corners as best I can and my edge. But again, it's not going to matter because you're not going to see one side of the paper clip with the other side of the paper clip. They're not going to be distinguishable in that way. So then what you have is this. So you have this little nesting thing here. And I think we're just going to do 2 paper clips, but maybe we'll spread them out a little bit. So what I did is I basically, and I'll give you the steps as we do them. I always forget that, you know, when we do things a lot, it's easy to forget the small details, so I apologize for that. So I've got a couple big paper clips here, so I'm thinking about here and here. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark here and mark here. And I'm going to come on down here and I'm going to go about the same distance from that edge and do the same. It does not have to be precise in any way, you guys. This is a very forgiving project. So I'm going to do that so that I can see 2 things. So I can see where my paper clip is going to be positioned. It's going to be positioned there. But I also need to know where my cuts are going to go, because basically what you do is you cut a little slit right there and a little slit right there for this paper clip to slide through. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my foam over, and I'm going to start with that. So because we did just a mark, we need to go a little bit on either side of the mark on the this piece. I'm going to ink that edge so that I can see it a little bit better, at least where that mark is. Make it a little easier on myself and you all. So we're going to just go ahead and slide that back up there. And I've got one of those pen knives. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I love this thing. So it's like a pin, but it's a blade. Totally unsafe with children around, I might say. So I basically want it to be, my slit to be as wide as the end of that paper clip. So that's kind of what I'm using as my guide here. And I'm going to move this down now because I don't really need that so close, and I'm going to cut It's nice to go a little bit bigger if you can, because it gives you some wiggle room in case things don't really line up very well. And then we're going to do the same over here, and I'm just going to I Spy. I think I'm pretty good at establishing how big that paper clip, how wide the paper clip is. Okay, so then I'm just going to poke this through and just make sure that that slit, yeah, that is plenty big. So then, because we've got that paper that's been cut, it creates this uninked area. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that, which I need to ink that edge anyway, so didn't do that because after I folded it. Silly me. So just ink that up on both sides. There we go, and I'm going to ink this edge as well. We're still leaving that mark because we want to see that. This isn't actually going to show, so I don't need to ink that. So then what you do is you're going to put your paper clip with the long side on the back. So long side on the back, and we're going to slide it right there so that it is, I guess, no, it needs to go, I don't know that it really matters. This is not a very good one. Let me grab another big paper clip here. One's really bent. So let's try that again. So it probably doesn't matter which way, and I am going to leave my paper clip up a little bit. I like to put some seam binding. My camera is weird. Let me fix this, guys. It feels like I'm at a slant. Kind of odd. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take my other one and put it over here. And I'm going to do them both the same since I did decide to do that. I'm just going to turn that over and slide that on like so. So then the next step is you're going to actually, and these are very, very durable and very stable hidden paper clips. Very stable paper clips. So this is this and that is that. So let's go ahead and do that. So the other thing I'm going to say is that I use Fabri-Tac when I do this because then I can move that paper clip if it gets kind of displaced. So we're going to go ahead and poke both of, make sure they're both poked through, and I'm going to pull them out a little bit further than they need to be because I can always poke them back in. Oh, we got to move this way, so that's why cutting the slits is a little bit bigger is a good thing, because we can kind of slide this down a little bit so that our part on the one end is the same-ish on both ends. So there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead, you're going to open this back up, can move this now, and we're going to put glue all over this panel, and then a little bit extra where the paper clips are on this end. So let's do that. Okay, I need to grab a paper towel. Pardon me a second. You could also stitch around these. I think that would be really, really epic. I'm not going to do that today. I am on a timeline for this journal. My daughter's birthday party is on Saturday, and this is Monday. And so I've got a lot of work to do yet. I mean, my signatures are ready. I need to do some sewing on the pages, and but I need to do the cover and everything. So it's going to be a strawberry love week for me in the studio, just trying to finish this up. So I thought I'd turn the camera on when I feel like it's beneficial to you guys. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Just flip it over, open that up again, and do the same. Close up. So you do want to make sure that your paper clips are not longer than your top piece, and that's kind of would make sense, but just in case you're wondering, you would want to make sure that it doesn't extend past that. So I'm just going to give this all a good rub. Okay, this is beautiful. There we go. So I'm going to stick the paper clips a little bit further in because they're a little bit too far out for me, and because we used Fabri-Tac, we can do that. So I'm just going to leave a little bit out. I just want enough so that I can put some seam binding through there. So I'm going to leave them about there, and then they stick out the side of the journal. It's so pretty. So I made this one again. Oh, I guess it could go either way. So it could go on the left side page too. I guess the same is true with my other one. Wasn't thinking about that. I don't do opposite very well. I've mentioned that before. So let's go ahead and do the decorating on this. I think I just had a couple of little bits. Oh, they're right here. I thought these would be really cute. These butterflies right here. So I'm going to ink them up really quick. I just used my punch. There we go. So I'm going to put the gingham one on the bottom. Just bring it a little bit different flavor there than we had. I'm going to put a little bit of this tulle under it. I really don't use this much. Not a red person. I don't really care for it, but this is for my girl, my granddaughter, so I will do it. So I'm So I'm just going to put a little bit of that there and just kind of make that look a little bit different. So let's go ahead and I think I'll just put that down and let my adhesion happen with the butterflies. So the colored one is going to go on the bottom with some Fabri-Tac because that will help adhere that tulle in place as well. These are super, super great project for using your scraps. I've done a lot of scrap busting things with these hidden paper clips, so you might want to keep that in mind as well. Then we're going to put a word. I don't think I pulled a word for this. Hold the fort. I'm going to have to grab my little ephemera stuff here. Stuck it back in there, and I think I put the words all at the bottom again. I need to put them in a smaller. Whoa, there they are. Okay, let's hope one is right here. Oh, I like this one, Hugs and Kisses. Let's use that one. Hugs and kisses to my granddaughter, who's growing up to be such a beautiful young lady. She is a sweetheart. Oh, I love that. Yes, 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 yes. Simple, simple decorating today. I hope that she's going to love this because it's been such a joy to create for her. So there we go. So there is our little decoration there. And then, as I mentioned, I didn't pull anything for this side, so I think I will go ahead and let that stand right now. I might come back to it. So let's go ahead and just tie our our seam binding. It looks like I thought about doing 3 and I didn't, so we're just going to use 2 of these. So what I like to do is just feed it through and then tie it in a bow. I like the bow look on the side of the journal. If I can get my fingers to work, we will have success. There we go. So let's see. About there. I just like to make sure that the lengths are the same so that our thing is not weird. That could actually go in more. And it's still moving, so that's a good thing. Again, the gift of Fabri-Tac is sometimes really great. You get some more workable time than you do with a white glue. There we go. Pull, 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 Cara-Renee. There we go. That is beautiful. Except we've got one that's bigger than the other. So I'm going to be happy with that. I'm not even going to fuss with it at all. And then we're going to do the same with this one. There we go. Sorry, that's really close to my body because I have to kind of use my belly to hold this in place so I could tie that. So that is good, and I'm pushing those paper clips in nice and tight, and there is our first one. I think it's lovely, and I think this is really pretty because it's going to draw out some of those deeper rents because we've got some more muted out colors here in the stripes. So that is our big paper clip. So let's go on. Let's do the little one. I don't know if you guys have seen me do this before. I've done it a few times, but basically what you do is you pick one piece to wrap around the big part of the paper clip and another piece to wrap around the smaller section. So this point to about there. So I'm going to move the camera a little closer because this is a little bit more fiddly. I don't have any like a remote or anything on my webcam, so I just have to physically, you can see that in the shadow of my studio here. So this was the bigger piece. So basically what I do is I lay the paper clip down and then I wrap, I fold this edge over and give it a really good crease. We want that to be really, really solid. So I'm going to actually have it go a little bit further over, and then I'll show you that's pretty much the width of the paper clip. Hope you guys can see that okay. So we've got that. I'm going to just give it a good crease with my fingernails there. So then I like to slide it back in and then do the same with this side. Does not have to be thick. So I fold this one over, give it a really tight squeeze because we don't want, again, a lot of give there. We want it to kind of stay where it needs to stay. So that's that. And I'm just going to open it back up and I'm going to cut it just to the left of that crease that I just made. So I'm going to fold that crease over. Oh, I don't know if I can. Can I? Can I? Yeah, I'm going to fold it on this black line right here is what I think. Oh, no, that's the wrong side, Cara-Renee. We want to save the strawberries. Save the strawberries. Okay, let's try this again. I want that. I want to see those strawberries, so at least some of them. So maybe we will wrap this one a little bit further. So I think I'll wrap that around the edge again. It's not a big deal. It just makes it a little bit thicker. A lot of a thicker kind of landscape it's going to take up there. So there we go. So it's pretty thick. So then I take it off. You want it to be snug, and then I just ink all those folds. You don't have to open it back up or anything, because it's really easy to just get that feeling of that grungy vintage look, which I don't think my granddaughter cares anything about that, but this is my creation, so I'm still going to do what brings me joy. She's not going to care about those details. So then I like to put it back on, and we're going to, when we put it back on, we want to expose this one, obviously, right? We want that sticking out. So I'm going to go ahead and do, let's see, it's going to go on the big part of the paper clip, and we're going to let that top piece come out. Oh, we need to probably glue that first. Goodness gracious, Cara-Renee. Okay, let's just go ahead and give that a little bit of glue. Okay, just give that a press, because you're not going to be able to get back in there and glue that. So I'm going to try that again, and again I'm going to make that little part, the short part of the paper clip, go on the top of that and just push that down. I like to have paper clips showing on top and bottom, because I like to put some seam binding on the top and maybe a dangle or something on the bottom. So that is our first piece, and I just putting it on so you can see, because we do need to remove it again because we got to work with the other piece. So then you take another piece of paper, and you only want this piece of paper to be from this point, however far over you want it to go over here. So I'm going to cut off about 1/8 of an inch. I'm just going to use my scissors and hope for the best. It's probably more than 1/8 of an inch, you guys, but precision is not important here. So just so you can see, I like to have about that much showing, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do the same process. It's trickier because you've got to get under that right there, so it's not too complicated though. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same process. I'm going to fold this over like that. I'm kind of doing a double wrap. I like to call them a masked paper clip, because you're basically just masking that it's a paper clip. You're making it look a little bit more, you know, mysterious. I don't need the ink yet. We need to fold that over. This paper is pretty thick. I wonder if this is from a 65-pound print, but it's okay. So I'm going to just squish that down. I'm going to ink it up, same as I did on the other one. I was trying to keep my eye on the clock. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I had this goal to make my videos shorter, but I like to show you more than one variation of what I'm doing. Just that's my style and what I like to do. And so you guys can let me know what you think. So sometimes I go a little bit long, but you can always speed me up if it's too long. I speed people up all the time. It's no disrespect whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and put this on again on the bottom. Now we want the inside seam to not show. So I'm going to slide this on, and I'm going to strategically place the other cover on the smaller part so that the seam on that one is on the inside, and so that my strawberry is nice and visible. So I'm going to slide that on there. Don't really have anything to put on this unless I find a little piece of bling. I might find a piece of bling. So that is about right. And it's okay with me that that is a little bit higher in the back. So let me reach in my drawer and see if I can find a little flower or something to put on there. So give me just a quick moment. Okay, at the moment, I cannot seem to locate something that will work. So I will put a little word on here and put a little bit of a flower. Maybe I'll cut, you know what, let's just punch a flower really quick. I've got these little tiny punches here. I actually could do a little butterfly too. That would be kind of cute. Let's do the butterfly instead of the flower. So I've got these punches. It came in a three-piece set, so I need to grab my scraps again because I cleaned up everything before I sat down to do the video. So I need to get my scrap bit out. Goodness sakes. This is my little scrappy bag. So we want it to be contrasty, so let's see if we can find a piece of like this gingham that we can make a butterfly out of. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't need to go out that far, do I? I do want it to be kind of straight, so I'm going to be careful there. Oops. Butterfly, where did you go? I felt you. Did you flutter away? Oh, there it is. It's not big. I think that will be okay. I think that would be actually quite pretty on there. And maybe I can find some little bling or something, or put some like the little Nuvo drops or whatever. I have them, but I never use them. I'll have to find where they're at. There we go. So that is perfect. But I also have some bling in this basket, so maybe we've got just a little bit of white something or other. Let's see what we got in here, just because we're here together. So that, yeah, some of these would work. Let's just do it. Okay. We might not put a word on it. So I'm just going to put some glue right in the center because it's not going to all be making contact with the paper clip. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to the big side. And I think I want it to go right here. Oh, isn't that so precious? Oh my gosh, that's adorable. I have to show you, I found a find at Joann Fabrics. So this is my trim for the journal. Look at this. Is this amazing or what? It's not stretchy, it's just ruffled gingham, and it's perfect. Couldn't believe I scored that. So that is beautiful. And then let's see if we can manage to get some of these on. I don't do this fiddly work very well, so oh, they come in a strip. So let's grab a strip of maybe 3. Thanks for your patience as I play with my toys here. So let's get 3. Get my scissors in there and not cut my finger. There we go. And oh, that one looks weird. Like the shine came off of it. Let me try that again. That was strange. I've obviously used them, but probably back in my scrapbooking days. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of, I'm just going to use the white glue because it's a smaller nozzle, and just get some white glue on here and adhere my little pearls. Whoops. And we'll move on to the last one and we will be done. The last one is super simple, so no big deal. I'm just going to straighten that little baby up. Come on. You can't go sideways. Come on. Come on. Oh, isn't that so precious? The butterfly's moving though. There we go. Love it. Love it, love it. I can see the glue though. Hopefully that will dry okay. It should. So that is our second little paper clip. So our last one is just one that's going to go over the page. So I'm going to speed through a little bit of this for you just to save you guys the time. So I'm just going to set that over there. I think I'm going to leave this one square. So in this case, you're going to fold the, because we want it to go up and down, not this way, but this way. So I'm going to fold this this way in half, rather than the, I'm doing it, what is this, portrait versus landscape. Big words for me at the end of the day. It was a pretty good Monday. It's Monday the 6th, I believe. But my whole issue with my heart rate is just whacking my day. Like, I've had a headache all day long, and it's not like a sick headache from something else. I can tell that it's from, it just feels like pressure, and I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what they're going to do about it. So I see my doctor tomorrow morning, so hopefully we'll get a plan. So there we go. So same thing, we're going to go ahead and cut our hole and glue our paper clip together. Okay, we are just about done. So I cut out this little circle from the kit, and I thought it would be fun to just put this on here somewhere. But now that I'm looking at it, you know, not as a piece but as a whole, I'm thinking I want to maybe put this up here, and then I'll come and do something on the other side. Again, I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that as I was planning this, that I needed something for the back side, since they are a paper clip that is beautiful on both sides. So there we go. So we're going to go ahead and glue that. I wonder if we want, I didn't want it there, I wanted it over here. I wonder if I want to put anything underneath it. I don't think so. I think we're going to keep it simple. And we are just about done. I'll pull those back out and let you see the prototype again, and the ones we just made today. And let me get rid of that. I want that jam though. Who doesn't like strawberry jam? I'll get my paper towel and kind of just blot that up, which means I'll probably do something similar on the other side, just so that doesn't look weird. In fact, you know, we're doing okay with time, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and cut a circle. That was a pre-made circle though, so I don't think it's going to be the same size. Let me try it. It's not going to be the same size though. Yeah, that's much smaller. Let's see what else I've got for sizes of punches here. Got one in, that's bigger than that one. This is probably 1.5. This is bigger. I don't think I have one smaller than 1.5. So I should have a 1 inch, but that's too small. So let's go ahead and try it. What do we have to lose? What do we have to lose? I can always trim it exactly to that size, right? So let's go ahead and put our jam on here first, which I feel like I want a little bit of something under there. So let's grab a piece of this seam binding we didn't use. I'm just going to put a little bit of that right there. This is not my best work, you guys, to be honest. I don't work well in these really small spaces. They kind of too confined. So let's just see if we can kind of get this to open up a little bit and scrunch it at the same time. Kind of like so. Get that scrunched. Yeah. Got a rogue piece of thread there. And we're going to go ahead and put the jam board on. I don't think my granddaughter likes jam though. I don't know. She just loves fresh strawberries. Like, she eats them every single day, all year long. No break from the strawberries. It's her favorite thing. She even has strawberry. She has strawberry earrings. She has strawberry t-shirts. She has pretty much a fanatic about it. Let me grab that string and see if I can clip that off. Well, maybe not. Scissors are pretty big. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and turn it over, and I'm going to see if I can just glue that on, and then, oh, I'm not going to be able to get around that. Oh, maybe if I slide it over though I can. Yeah, let's try it. Why not? You never know unless you try. So we are going to bring it this way though, so that I don't have to deal with that paper clip. So I'm going to come like that, and I will have to re-examine that here in a second. This other one was one from the kit, and I cut it out by hand terribly, mind you. So I'm just gonna, nobody's gonna be comparing the sizes on these. I'm just trying to be reasonable here. And now we've got a ton of glue. So we're gonna just pat that off, and I'm gonna trim it, and I'll show you what we've done. And let me grab my little, oh goodness, that edge is gonna be tricky. That was not bright. Not my brightest moment. I'm gonna get my fussy cutting scissors all sticky with glue. Uh-oh, it's moving. Ah! This is problematic. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Should have let it dry, you guys. Take note. Let it dry first. Otherwise, it's just gonna move while you're cutting. It's really fun. Not really. Look at my hand gymnastics here. Oh my goodness, what a hoot. Now we've got it. Oh my goodness, that is not even straight anymore. It's not even straight. Oh my goodness, we're going to take that off. That is terrible. I will deal with this off camera. I'll probably just put something else there. I'm just going to dab off that Fabri-Tac, and we'll put something else there. Maybe we'll put a butterfly. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, because I really completely butchered this attempt on this. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.